Drug dealers are selling woke coke, ethically sourced cocaine. Yummy. An Indonesian man discovers that his wife, whom he married a year ago, is actually a cross-dressing man. And a Colorado school bus driver dismissed after leaving 40 children on the side of the road in the freezing cold. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast that you have at your fingertips. I'm at your fingertips. Did you know that? I'm so blessed to be at your fingertips. You're welcome. Woke coke. Drug dealers are marketing ethically sourced cocaine called woke coke, or I guess you call it wocaine. Is anyone calling it wocaine? Am I the first? Maybe. No, probably not. Let's learn about this woke cocaine. Is it gluten-free? Is it grass-fed blow? Does it come with a certificate of authenticity? Does it come with electrolytes? I need to know. Is it straight from farm to mirror? Right? Farm to mirror? Or farm to that little flat toilet paper dispenser top in the restaurant bathroom? Farm to fingernail. Let's go with that one. I think that one's a good one. Users are being sold. Users. Who calls drug dealers users anymore? People that are 100 years old. Are you a user? Oh, I'm not a user no more. I used to be a user. Oh, yes. Back when cocaine was in the Coca-Cola. I guess I was a user. It says, people looking to ease their conscience over their involvement in bloody drug wars overseas are now being targeted by drug dealers, selling what they claim is ethically sourced cocaine. I don't know about you, but I like my old school coke that's sourced from the cartel. That was the good stuff back in the day, guys. You want as much violence surrounding your blow as possible, because then it's a lot better. It toots a lot better. Users have revealed a high demand for the so-called woke coke. Well, people don't mind spending a lot more for a little, conscious-free coke, so they can do coke and sleep afterwards, sleep easily. Well, you don't really sleep easily after coke. It's hard to get back to sleep after the coke, let's be honest. This is happening at posh dinner parties across the UK, something I know nothing about. Anyone been to a posh dinner party across the UK? Well, apparently they pass around woke coke, and then they sniff it and go, brilliant, so brilliant. And they call their pants knickers. They say knickers. Anyone have a torch? A torch? You mean a flashlight, you dummy? No. We call it a torch still, like it's Dungeons and Dragons times. Drug policy expert Neil Woods told the media that, quote, I have been shown advertisements for environmentally friendly sniff, but it's nothing but a very clever marketing ploy. What, you don't believe that the drug dealers are really serious about their marketing? You think drug dealers would have false advertising? Are you crazy? No, you can trust them. He revealed that users were paying through the nose for this gimmick. Users. About $435 a gram. Wow, that's a bit steep, I would say. He calls it the woke coke con. He argues there's no way to produce environmentally friendly or ethically sourced cocaine, and it was another way to fuel the obscene amount of money being generated by the cocaine trade in the UK, which rakes in about $5 billion annually. Sounds like this is all happening in the UK. They have woke coke fever. Although I did meet someone in LA who wouldn't do certain drugs because of the violence that the drugs were involved in. Then again, I met people in LA who claim they're a shaman, but their real name is Larry, and they just know they took a Reiki class. So I don't know who to trust over there in LA. It's a lot of strange individuals on some weird kicks, I have to tell you. They interviewed a Colombian man for this article. I can't think of a more credible person to tell us about woke coke and its legitimacy than a Colombian man. Let's find out. He says the claims about the woke coke are nonsense. He says, I've never heard of woke coke, but I can tell you that no one in Colombia produces cocaine ethically. The cocaine trade involves bloodshed, the destabilization of communities, and an appalling cycle of violence. If demand goes up, so does production, and the cycle of destruction continues. What you call fair trade cocaine is only going to bring more greed and more bloodshed. So it turns out the woke coke isn't real. It's just some fake fakery. Would have been nice, though. The commercials would have been fun, right? Get your woke coke made by robots instead of barefoot jungle families at gunpoint. Do as much as you want without the shame and guilt. It's woke coke. An Indian man discovers that his wife is actually a cross-dressing man. Well, it sounds like some true chicanery here. Let's find out how this happened, how long he's been married. I mean, is this the honeymoon that he found out, or? Well, I'll tell you right now, he definitely found out the hard way. This has been a real pain in his ass for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm sorry, these puns have to go. Okay, this is an Indonesian man. He found out his wife is a man. This is a normal day in Thailand, just by the way. The article says you never really know a person sleeping next to you. And this couldn't be truer for this Indonesian man who only discovered his wife's true gender 12 days after they got hitched. 12 days. All right, so they didn't consume on the honeymoon. Or maybe they did. Maybe he was like, oh, I really hit the jackpot. She only wants butt stuff. Woohoo! Nailing it. So it says here, this 26-year-old man, known only as AK, had been dating this, quote, woman, Adinda Kanza, for a year before they decided to tie the... Oh, wait a minute. So he names not just 12 days. He dated her for a year. That's the total time. He had no idea this was a cross-dressing man. Okay. He obviously didn't investigate, or he just had his sex ed in Japan. Okay, AK's from Narangul in Java, Indonesia. He met Adinda, also 26, on social media. They hit it off. They arranged to meet in person. Adinda, from their first meeting, claimed to be a devout Muslim, and she wore the face veil to cover her head and face, as they do. AK assumed it was her way of showing her religious devotion. He had no issues with it. The couple then married. Well, wait, you never kissed her? You never kissed her under the veil? You never pushed her to the side, gave her a smooch? You never took a peek to see if there's a mustache? You never did any of these things, AK. You just trusted by the eyes. Just went by the eyes. What pretty eyes you have. You want to get married? This is a strange way to get together. This is and then, they probably don't have sex till after marriage in this culture. Anyways, I have to say this is totally the problems with countries that outlaw premarital sex, man. You can't take it for a test drive, then you're surprised when it all goes down. I mean, that's just not okay. This is a lifelong decision. You want to know what's going on, right? Would you ever buy a house without opening the front door? You stupid? What's wrong with people, man? All right, so they have the marriage, and it says no one from Adinda's side attended, as she claimed to have no family members. Oh, major red flag. Dun, 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 dun. AK grew suspicious of his wife. Yeah, you should have grew suspicious months ago, friendo. He grew soon suspicious after their wedding, as she refused to communicate with his family and would wear her veil at home at all times. Didn't she meet your family prior to that? Did she communicate then? She's also meeting your family for the first time? Sounds to me, sir, that you have no filtration system for a marriage. And that's no way to be in life. Adinda also constantly avoided physical intimacy. Yeah, obviously. Claiming she was on her period. Yes, it's called the perpetual period. I'm just constantly on a period. So sorry. But maybe someday the period will stop. Sensing that something was amiss, AK decided to track down Adinda's family address and found out she was not an orphan as she had claimed. Adinda's parents told AK that his wife was in fact a man named Esh. Oh, he found out from the parents? That's no bueno. Parents say that Esh has been cross-dressing since 2020. The parents admitted they were unaware of AK and his relationship with their son. AK eventually filed a police report against Esh. Okay. Esh later admitted to the police that he married AK to steal his family assets. Oh, they pleaded guilty, said yes, trying to steal the assets. Now, the police say that Esh was able to carry on this scam for over a year because he looked like a woman when he had makeup on and has a gentle, high-pitched voice. You can only see my eyes. Would you wanna excuse me, I'd like to go to you wanna eat at Applebee's? I'd like to go to Applebee's. Didn't I see a movie about this same situation? Guy dressed up like a woman to steal the family assets. Or was that just a category on Pornhub I was into for a little while? Hey guys, come on now. Hey, just branching out. A Colorado bus driver is dismissed after leaving 40 students at the wrong stop in the freezing temperatures. A Colorado bus driver allegedly abandoned these 40 elementary school-age students at the wrong stop, leaving them frightened in the cold and in the dark. This occurred on Monday, according to school officials. This ordeal left young students from Clear Sky Elementary School in Castle Rock distressed. They were in tears, seeking aid from strangers, according to school officials. Castle Rock is about 30 miles south of Denver, in case you're keeping score at home. The Douglas County School District said the driver, Irving Johnson, was a substitute bus driver who failed to follow proper protocols. Oh, failed to follow proper protocols? Can't even say it. Follow proper protocols? Proper protocols. Couldn't, yeah, no kidding. Dropping the kids off in the middle of nowhere, freezing temperatures. This is a substitute bus driver. This is what you get, guys. You can't even trust a regular bus driver. How are you going to trust a substitute bus driver? Imagine. I don't know how you parents do it. I honestly don't know how you do it. You let your kid go on a bus up to a public school in 2024 like it's nothing's going to happen. Go ahead, son. See you later. Your precious one on a public school bus in 2024. Have you eyed bus drivers lately, parents? I just want to know. Have you eyed them? You just got to eye them a little bit. Just take a little gander, as they say. Take a quick little gander at bus drivers, and then, yeah. You might want to drive them yourself. Figure something else out. I mean, I would, if I had to rely on a school bus driver here in the States, public school, I would just I'm just going to teach them at home. Just going to homeschool them. Forget this. Never mind the teachers involved. These teachers, unbelievable. It's rough stuff out there. They interviewed one of the victims, the students, age 10. Her name's Caitlin. Poor Caitlin's going to need some Zoloft pretty soon because of such antics that are in her life. She said that she talked about the journey home. She said it started later than usual because, quote, the new driver wouldn't let us leave the school until we stopped talking. And then once they were on the road, she says, he skipped the students' drop-off spots again and again. We felt like when he was driving and missing our stops, it was like we were getting kidnapped all of a sudden. The driver ultimately drove to near the corner of East Wolfensburg Road and Auburn Drive. You guys know the place. There's an ice cream stand there. It's lovely. I recommend the Black Raspberry Chip. This is 2 miles from the school. He allegedly told the kids to disembark into the cold. Disembark into the cold at 5 p.m. Little late to be bringing kids home from school 5 p.m. How long did he make you sit there because you wouldn't shut up, Caitlin? How long were you talking, Caitlin? 5 p.m. is late to be dropped off. Here's another quote from Caitlin, who's going to need therapy. He stopped like right here at this intersection, like about right here, like here, right here, like right here. She said, he said, everybody get off my bus. And then everybody was like crying and stressing. Me and my little sister, we live 2 miles from here. So we had no idea what to do. These poor students were dropped off in some pretty low temperatures. It was 51 degrees that day. Oh my goodness, 51 degrees. Let me tell you something. I'm in New England. I would kill for 51 degrees right now. I would. Caitlin said she and her sister were so stressed they forgot their jackets on the bus. They had to stand in the cold without jackets. My goodness. Yeah, that's not good. A stranger ended up helping the girls, thankfully, offering them a ride, calling their mother. What about all the other 38 kids? What happened to them? Caitlin's mother's got a quote in here. Ashley, she says, I was absolutely petrified, and for a stranger to call me and tell me that she had my children in the car, they were crying and screaming and bright red, and they were frozen. Frankly, they were frozen. You know, like those chicken tenders that you get in the frozen section. They were as frozen as chicken tenders. Or I like the haddock. I like the frozen haddock. It's very, very good. Don't do the frozen shrimp. You know, I'm not into the shrimp or the scallops. I do the frozen. I saw they had frozen oysters. I thought that was weird. Who gets frozen oysters on the half shelf? Frozen oysters like that? That just I don't know if I can trust that. Maybe. But I don't think making oysters at home is okay. I think the whole experience about oysters is you're at an oyster bar. You know, you got everything you need. You get your Tito's over rocks. That's what I do. Wait a minute. Was I just talking about my children being abandoned on the side of the road? How did I get off on this tangent? Okay, so it turns out the Douglas School District, you know the place, they sent out an apology. This was to all the families on Wednesday of the students on that bus, saying the driver is no longer employed by the district. They're calling him a relief driver, not a substitute driver, but we know the deal. Now, the driver, Irving Johnson, substitute, he had a statement that he made on Wednesday. He said, I would just like to apologize. I am sorry. I wish I had done better. I wish I had done better. I'm going to guess, I can't tell the tone of this apology, but I'm going to guess it's not much of an apology. Oh, man, this guy. Is he going to face criminal charges? I wonder if this is criminal to abandon children on the side of the road. It should be. It kind of should be, in my opinion. They don't pay these drivers very much, so I don't know. I don't know. You don't expect this, but you can't expect much. You know what I mean? It's like when you pay bananas, you get monkeys, as one of my exes used to say. So, they don't pay these drivers anything. But not okay. Not okay to leave the kids out. Let's keep reading. I'm curious if this is going to be some charges here. It says the district is actively reinforcing their safety procedures with all of their drivers. They call the incident troubling. Okay. Some parents have asked to view video footage from the bus during the incident, but said the footage wouldn't be released as an active investigation with the Castle Rock Police Department is underway. Okay, yeah, as there should be. Because I think there's charges for a man like this. This is really not okay to do that. And also, this is just reinforces what all of you parents need to be doing immediately, and that is making your children memorize your number and your address and all that. Both of you and your spouse's phone numbers and your address have to memorize. Put it in a song if you have to. 8675309. Whatever you got to do. But you can use that song and put your number in it. 8675309. Jonesy, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Jonesy, you change your number. 8675309. This is rough and tough. Thank you, my loyal listeners, for putting up with your buddy Jonesy and sticking through yet another episode of Weird AF News as we approach 2,000 episodes. I don't know what number I'm at, but I'm approaching 2,000. I mean, technically, I'm approaching 10,000 episodes. I'm always approaching. But yeah, I think I'm coming up on 2,000 at some point. Can you believe that? That's crazy. I'll let you know when that is. I think I'm at like 6 million downloads, 5 million. Coming up on 5 million, I think. Look, I'm not trying to brag here, I'm not trying to brag about the size of my downloads, but, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. Got some pretty big downloads going on over here, guys. Yep, tell your friends. Have you told your friends about Weird AF News? Why don't you do that? You're going to see them over the holidays, so why not, hold on, I got to pick my nose. Oh, good one. Yeah, tell your friends about Weird AF News. Yeah, you're going to see them around the holidays. They're going to want to know what you've been up to, right? Sometimes you don't even see them for an entire year. You only see them at the holidays in your hometown. Everybody gets together for $2.25 Bud Lights at the bar. And then when they say, what have you been up to? You just say, I'll tell you what I've been up to. I've been listening to this podcast. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. This guy Jonesy. He doesn't edit out all the burps, and he doesn't edit out all his terrible opinions. And sometimes he crosses the line and probably should be canceled, but still keeps doing it. Making no money and keeps doing it. This guy's a joke. It's amazing. He records in a podcast. I mean, in a closet, in a podcast. He records the podcast in a closet. Can you believe this guy? And he won't stop. He should stop. It's really insane. What he's doing, but he won't stop. Imagine doing the same thing every day for hardly any money. Can you imagine? Why would you do that? Who would do that? This guy apparently does it. He does it. We can't believe it, but he does it. Anyways, bringing joy like Jeremiah the Bullfrog. You know the guy? Was a good friend of mine. Joy to the world is what I'm saying. Okay, listen, you guys want to support me for the holidays? Tell a friend to listen to Weird AF News. It's available on all the podcast players and YouTube and Amazon Alexa and Google Home and all the other devices. It's probably available on the robots, the sex robots that are now out there. I don't know. I think they can play podcasts. So now you can, I think they're on the sex robots, and now you can make sweet love with your sex robot while listening to Weird AF News. Why wouldn't you want to do that and honor me in that way? Think about me when you're making sweet love to your sex robot. It's cool. I wouldn't mind having a sex robot. Maybe I'll put that on my Christmas list. Anyone afford to send me a sex robot? Why try these days with dating apps? Why even try and get out there? It's just too dangerous. You're just going to get stabbed or an STD. So, probably both. Probably going to get stabbed and get an STD. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. Can't even trust bus drivers anymore. All right, I'm rambling. Ramble on. And now the time is now. Record my podcast. I'm going around the world and I'm recording in a closet on my way. I'm making no money every day. I'm going to ramble on. You know the one. That's my Robert Plant impression, which is pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. Anyone want to meet me at karaoke? Let's do it. Hit me up. Here's my email, funnyjones@gmail.com. Hit me up. Slide in my DMs at funnyjones on Instagram. And go to my website and support me. It's weirdafnews.com. All right, don't be shy. Go there and just click on Buy Me a Coffee and just buy me coffees for Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's what you do. And join the Patreon. Join the Patreon for Christmas. That's a good thing to do for yourself because you get extra bonus episodes and all that stuff. And then next year you can join the Weird AF News Patreon Fantasy Football League. Wouldn't you want to do that? What's wrong with that? That's a fun time. That's a good way to spend your time and connect with your buddy Jonesy. All right, we love you. We'll see you. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.